Manchester City injury crisis offers £55 million man a chance he can't afford to miss. Omar Marmoush picked up a knee injury on international duty and is out of Manchester City's derby clash with Manchester United this weekend. If goals are the order of the day for Manchester City at the moment, then the sight of Omar Marmoush on crutches in Egypt on Wednesday morning was a dispiriting one. Erling Haaland showed he remains in fine fettle after scoring 5 in Norway's 11-1 win against Moldova, but City's challenge is finding enough goals to support the striker, who can't do it all on his own. That is partly why Marmoush has started back-to-back games on the left. With Phil Foden still absent, Marmoush is the only other natural goal scorer in Pep Guardiola's squad. The 26-year-old scored 8 goals for the Blues after signing for £59 million from Eintracht Frankfurt in January, having rattled in 15 goals in 17 games in the Bundesliga in the first half of the season. With Marmoush ruled out of Sunday's Manchester derby and Foden only likely to make the bench if he is fit, goals will once again be a problem for City. It seems that if teams can limit Haaland, then they can stop the rest of the City side. Bernardo Silva will surely start in the most advanced midfield role, but he has just 3 goals for City in 2025. Tijani Reinders showed an eye for goal at AC Milan last season and scored on his Premier League debut, but needs to rediscover his form after 2 disappointing displays. Haaland really needs support from out wide. Get Marmoush on the left and Foden on the right, and he would probably get it. But without those two, it is an issue. Guardiola preferred Jeremy Doku and Savinho in the Club World Cup. Both are exciting to watch but struggle to deliver an end product. Doku has 6 goals in 60 Premier League games for City, and Savinho just 1 in 29 Premier League appearances. With Savinho yet to appear this season, Oscar Bob is a likely starter on the right. That puts the pressure on Doku to stand in for Marmoush. The winger scored twice in Belgium's 6-0 win against Kazakhstan and continues to catch the eye on international duty. But at 23, the time is now for the £55 million signing from Rennes to take his game to the next level. Add goals and assists to his game, and we are talking about a world-class talent. Doku is well aware that they need to come as well. Speaking on international duty last week, he referenced his numbers and a desire to improve them, having admitted he was yet to hit top gear for City this season. "I'm not yet fully in form. I've always been critical of myself. I know when I'm good and then don't play afterwards. It's not in my hands," he said. "But I also say when I'm not good, and I know I haven't been in the first 3 matches. But I know it will come quickly and everything will be fine. This season, I want to work on my stats. Football isn't just about stats, but they matter. I want to find myself in the penalty area more often. City need him to do just that. Haaland could score a goal a game in the Premier League this season, but that won't be enough to deliver the title unless at least one of his teammates steps up as well. Doku is the player who can do that. This is his 3rd season at City, and he will turn 24 in May. If he is to deliver on that promise, it needs to happen this term." With Marmoush now on the sidelines, this might be a chance the Belgian simply can't afford to pass him by. Omar Marmoush injury latest as Man City star set for scan ahead of Manchester United derby. Omar Marmoush picked up an injury on international duty, and the Manchester City forward could now be a doubt for Sunday's derby. Omar Marmoush has handed Manchester City another injury scare ahead of Sunday's Etihad derby with Manchester United after injuring his knee on international duty. The 26-year-old picked up the injury just 4 minutes into Egypt's World Cup qualifier in Burkina Faso after being on the receiving end of a strong challenge. He initially tried to play on but came off after 9 minutes of the goalless draw with what the Egyptian FA have described as a knee ligament bruise. Marmoush has started City's last 2 games before the international break, but his injury could now make him a doubt for the fixture against United this week. The Blues begin a crucial week with the derby, before welcoming Napoli to the Etihad on Thursday and then travelling to Arsenal the following weekend. Marmoush was set to undergo a scan in Cairo this morning after returning from Burkina Faso with his teammates. He will then be assessed by City's medical team on his return to Manchester. An Egyptian FA statement on X said Dr. Mohamed Abu El Ella, the doctor of Egypt's national football team, confirmed that Omar Marmoush sustained a knee ligament bruise during today's match against Burkina Faso in the 8th round of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. The player will undergo scans upon his arrival in Cairo on Wednesday morning. Marmoush signed for City from Eintracht Frankfurt for £59 million in January and has scored 8 goals in 28 appearances for the club. He has started the games against Tottenham and Brighton on the left wing, replacing Jeremy Doku in the team. His injury is the latest blow to hit City during the international break, with several players pulling out of camps with issues. Abdukodir Kusanov missed Uzbekistan's internationals with a calf injury that was set to sideline him for 2 weeks, while John Stones trained with England but pulled out on Friday after struggling to overcome a minor muscle injury. Rico Lewis and Nico O'Reilly both withdrew from England under-21 duty, while Rayanate Nouri didn't go away with Algeria. Pep Guardiola will hold his pre-United press conference on Friday, during which he will provide an update on his squad's fitness. Manchester City have 2 wildcard options to solve defensive doubts. Manchester City have struggled defensively this season, with some of their frailties from last year still on show. Manchester City's stuttering start to the season has raised more questions than answers around the Etihad. Successive defeats to Tottenham and Brighton have punctured the August optimism that flowed after a thumping 4-0 opening day win at Wolves. City are in the bottom half of the Premier League table and face a crunch week, with games against Manchester United and Arsenal next up in the top flight and a Champions League tie with Napoli sandwiched in between. Pep Guardiola is facing questions over whether his side can contribute enough goals to support Erling Haaland, while some of City's defensive frailties that were evident last term are still hampering the Blues this season. Injuries have not helped at the back, with Josko Gvardiol yet to feature, and Rayanate Nouri forced off early in the defeat to Tottenham. Rico Lewis or Matheus Nunes doing enough to nail down that spot, while a lack of pace has also been exposed. With a new goalkeeper in Gianluigi Donnarumma now set to become first choice, with Ederson having departed for Fenerbahce, the City defence will have to adjust to a new starting stopper who brings a different skill set to the Brazilian. Donnarumma is unlikely to operate as far out of his goal as Ederson was, while his distribution is also not at the level of the 32-year-olds. It might see City adjust their shape, while it could also impact the selection thinking given the right-back issues and the relative lack of pace in the middle. Speaking on the Talking City podcast,